Hey, what's up? I'm Peter from Media65 and this is a DJI Mic Mini, a great microphone with a very small footprint. But how can you make this tiny microphone even more invisible? This and a couple more hacks right now. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, I absolutely love the DJI Mic Mini because it's a great microphone that I use for my vlogging, as you can see. And by the way, also sometimes even for professional interviews where I don't want to fiddle with these kind of lavalier microphones, which are great, of course, much more invisible still, but you have to handle the cables and everything. And then it's so much easier actually to use the DJI Mic Mini because you just clip it on, magnetic or with a clip which is built in, and you're good to go. And by the way, also, you can use it seamlessly with your smartphone or with your normal professional camera, just as I do it right now. So a great microphone, but there are a couple of small hacks that I like to apply. And the first one is, how do you make this microphone even more invisible? The DJI Mic Mini is clearly a very tiny and small microphone, which especially if you're wearing some black clothes, then it's almost invisible. So I have it here on my hoodie and you barely can see it. But still, if you compare it to a lavalier microphone, then it's still quite big, especially if you have to record something outside and you need to put the dead cat on it, which makes it of course even more visible. If I'm recording with my lavalier outside, then I love to use these tiny foams here where I can put the lavalier inside and stick it under the clothes so that it's completely invisible. And that's something that works even easier with the DJI Mic Mini because you can perfectly put it under your clothes. So let's have a look how it is and how it sounds, especially if I put this microphone under my hoodie, if the sound will be still the same quality. Let's try this. All right, so the DJI Mic Mini is now under my hoodie. I just simply turned it around. The magnet, the tiny magnet, is outside, and as you can see, it's almost not visible anymore, and the sound quality is almost the same. You might lose a little bit of brightness in the heights, but this can be compensated with an EQ. So if you have a good sound system or if you have good headphones, you can judge before and after, because on purpose, I'm not treating the sound here. And now I'm going to add a little bit more EQ just to brighten up the voice again. But overall, this works very well. And a nice side effect is, by the way, also that the tissue itself is acting as a wind cover. So I could record without any problems outside under windy conditions without having to use a windshield. I did this recently for another vlog, and here is just a sample so that you can hear how good the sound quality is in really windy conditions. So let's get a little bit creative, because these uncommon ways that I use my smartphone gimbal really make my life a little bit better, sometimes a little bit more creative, and definitely also sometimes easier. The next hack is not even a real hack, I would say. It's just a different way of using the DJI Mic Mini. Very often if you're filming, you might want to record some Atmo for your video to create really the nice ambient sound also. And for this, the DJI Mic Mini is great because you can place it very easily next to a sound source, record the sound, and add then later in post-production the original sound also to your video. And that's something which is so easy because it's so small actually, you can just simply put it somewhere and record a couple of sounds. Let's go for a couple of sounds. I love sound design, by the way. You can see that the sound quality of the DJI Mic Mini is surprisingly good, especially if you come quite close to some sound sources. And the last hack is something that DJI even has officially advertised, but still a lot of people are not aware that you can connect the DJI Mic Mini to several other DJI devices, such as the Osmo Pocket 3, the Action 4 and the Action 5, but also the DJI Osmo Mobile 7P. And that's something which is great. Let's give it a try with my older Action 4 from DJI, how to connect it. Pairing the DJI Mic Mini to the Action 4 was surprisingly easy. Well, actually not surprising because it's both from DJI, so it should be actually quite simple. And now I have a tiny little vlogging setup, which is easy to carry around with me. And plus the camera is water resistant, which is not the case for the microphone, so don't dive it into any water. One of the great things, and that's probably because you're in the DJI ecosystem, is that from the Action 4 I have access to the main features of the DJI Mic Mini, which is great because I can fine-tune certain things, and that would not be possible with any other Bluetooth or USB-C microphone that I could connect also to the Action 4, which is perfectly possible, by the way. Well, that's it for the 3 hacks about the DJI Mic Mini. What are your hacks? Put them in the comment section, and for all the rest, if you liked it, then don't forget to like, to share, to follow, to subscribe, and hope to see you very soon again for the next video. Take care, and I know you can do it.